Hello folks, back for the second edition of this week's episode, and as I said in the first edition, or the first section, I had a big red face because I was trying to chase somebody around the training pitch to nail him down. So we finally nailed him down. It's taken us, how long has it taken us now?
Well, since August we've been texting him and he's been ghosting us ever since. You must be a nightmare on Tinder, are you?
So Noel Healy, just for those of you that don't know him, I mean, is the only man sitting where it's been 15 degrees outside. He's still wearing his hat, so like it's part of his image. So
the second best Healy, might we add?
the first best one's sitting over there. we've got an audience again tonight. But thanks very much for coming on.
No problem.
And so I suppose the first question is, and I said to you, before we come on air, fans love it. You're absolutely a fan's favourite. You've been here, what, 3 years? Your fourth season? So, yeah, I like why you cracking. You asked straight away. He probably knows exactly how many minutes he's played and all of that. So, I mean, your fans love you. You love the club, and we can sort of understand, when somebody from this area or somebody who's grown up with the club, obviously you're coming down from Belfast. What is it about this club that you seem to like?
Just everything about the passion, the fans show. They must have turned up and they must have wanted to give us all the support and all that there, and I can relate to it a bit from like the part of Belfast I'm from.
Yeah.
I relate to not having everything, and everybody just wants to play the football, and football's the main thing. And then you see that crowd and all come, it's brilliant. It gives you that buzz, and that's why you want to win forward ends. Like,
I think you're
I have a load of passion there for it. Like,
oh, you can tell, because I think it's going to get to the stage now where next time you make a slide tackle, you're going to get up and start doing this.
Anything other slide tackle.
I mean, that's one thing. Like, it definitely, I remember, and you'll probably not thank me for reminding me this. First competitive game in the Wet Institute.
Yep. Took
it off half time.
Got booked in the first half. Had a nightmare. I was happy. He took me off, but I still.
We were going.
We
were thinking, it was an easy. It was an easy target. New lad come in, only young and all the rest of it. But since then, like it's literally, we know you're going to be down on the team sheet with left back. You know what I mean? How was that sort of journey for you to come back from disappointment?
It took me like a couple of years, did it? To bring myself in, because maybe my age and all, I was sort of, if I was having a couple of bad games, it was probably affecting my confidence, and then I wasn't really performing for the next couple, or not playing the next couple, and then once you get a run of games and you're playing well, it just fades off it, and then you're just among everybody, and it's great. You know yourself.
Some of the boys
I just work off confidence, basically. So if more I'm getting confident, more I'm playing, more I'm enjoying it. The more I enjoy it, is the better I play.
Yeah, it's good.
Some of the boys were telling us in the changing room that you've got a Newry tattoo as well. Is that true?
No, not yet, but I will.
If we win the league, is that the guy?
Definitely will. Right?
Yeah.
Date everything.
Dare I ask what part of your body you're thinking of getting
Anywhere.
Because I said to your dad one day, I was like, surely Noel has to move to Newry. You have to become an official Newry person now. Like, I'm
already official. I'm Belfast. They'll know I'm Newry, and that's fine. And once you go up there as well, there's a few wee numbers who, like, once you maybe get a bad result, be like edging at you and looking at you going, but deep down they're like that there, but don't want to see you do well, and that's why I want to win so much, so you just go up there and put it on their faces, basically.
Is it like that boy after we got beaten by Anna in the social club?
Yeah, exactly. Anything, these are shit. Don't call shit.
I think the iconic images this season has to be you with that, though. Like, I mean, everybody has just loved you ever since then. That I think there's people. Our team is mostly from Newry, as you know, in the surrounding areas. But there's certain people that come in and the fans just completely buy into and love straight away. And you are one of those people.
Because if you give the fans 110%, that's all you have to give, 110%, and Newry one's well of you, like, that's all they asked for, and that's all you have to do, and perform well, obviously.
I mean, you touched on there that about confidence being an important part of any footballer's sort of makeup. I mean, winning obviously the Football Writers Player of the Month last was February, wasn't it?
A couple months ago,
February, January. I mean, how much sort of confidence did that give you, to go and win that and to be recognised on a national sort of scale?
It did give me a big boost of confidence, because I never really expected, because of where I play and all left back, I wasn't expecting getting it, and just because of how much good players there is in our league and our team, especially for that there period, like, so it was great to get that and give me a big boost, like, but the most important thing is to win this league, like, yourself. Did
you think that it was not anything to do with one of the people voting for you?
Yeah, I knew straight away it was a big guy. Over 100,000 votes. That's a got me.
I mean, sorry, go on ahead.
Yeah, I think the only thing you haven't done in the Newry jersey, like, you've taken people out, you've kissed the badge. When are you going to score a goal? That's the big thing.
I don't know.
Do you know what I said to the boys? If we get promoted, right, and it's like the 90th minute we get a penalty, it has to be given to you.
And
Has to be.
And
then it'll end up hitting this window here.
That's go straight down here. But if they do score, I have to ever hang off, map off. Hopefully last game I've seen, like.
I mean, looking at, I suppose, obviously, Brian sitting here watching us. I mean, I can remember whenever he scored very early on against Warren Point in the League Cup, and a brilliant goal. But you could see the sort of the joy in your face. You were the first over to celebrate with him. I mean, how important? Obviously, you've got your dad comes down all the matches, brings you 2 years down. You got your brother here now. We're obviously trying to sign your other brother as well. I think.
It'll be a couple of years.
So I mean, in terms of that, how good is it to have the 2 years down here?
Yeah, it's brilliant to have him playing alongside me. I always wanted that, and I always have. I've been playing with him from every day of our lives, basically out the back, kicking him, kicking lumps out of it. And I'm a wee brother, and that's the way it is. And then once he came along, it actually gave me a wee bit of boost as well. There's me playing, it's give extra. And then once he scored that goal, I prefer him to score over me any day. Like, and when he scores, it does gives me a big
buzz.
There's nothing you can put to it, like to say it, no, I mean, to describe it. It's great. Like, man, after that goal against 1 point, we just went mental. It's great.
I mean, and you both come through the Plunkets system. I mean, and they produced some amount of players over the years that have either done really well at Irish League level or gone further afield. What is it about, we used to be able to give us an insight into what that club's like, and Brian as well, he's putting his hand up in the corner.
It's like the same as Newry, basically. Like the way it is, it's just like a wee family club, and the way everybody's joined it, everybody's close knitted, and they all like fight for each other. All it is, basically, like Newry. So only development have all sorts of development teams now. Like, each age you have about 2 or 3 teams now. It's mad coming through, and all the coaches do their job, do their work towards them.
Yeah, it's a big catchment area in that part of Belfast as well, because obviously the Plunkett Boxing Club too has produced unbelievable talent, unreal talent in West Belfast. But one thing I wanted to ask you was, you said there that it was a tough start in your Newry career, and being hooked at half time is never ideal. And you're very young still, but over those times, you're
but
I wasn't going to say it, but you're alongside Boiler, Engine, Moan. Now Ryan McGivern's in with you as well. What's that been like for a young person to actually get experience like that?
And kind of Boiler and Engine from the very start, then communicating throughout the whole time, just wears off on you, and then you start to come to it and just make sure you're far easier, and then you just learn off all the players training. Like Mark Hughes, I used to love training with him flat out. He was at every training, I just watched him and learned off him flat out. Left foot in the way he just went about his business now. He was class. Man, every player now you just learn off. There's Dingo coming through now as well. Everybody, Carvel, loads have been here for years.
You don't learn anything off Carvel, surely.
You do, bits, but certain bits.
So it must be strange for you now that young players are coming in and actually looking to you for that advice that like you were 4 years ago.
I try just to pass that on, try to keep everybody happy and confident, and just love it, and all the young ones are playing well and enjoying it, and it makes me feel like I'm a wee bit of a leader sometimes, but obviously there is the likes of Boiler, Engine, Carvel, and all them, so they're the real leaders.
Well, you've worn the captain's armband. I mean, a couple of times. I mean, how good? Again, I don't want to sort of keep repeating about the, you're from Belfast and you're down here, and we have obviously a lot of local players here, but that's a big boost. Sort of in terms of Darren showing that faith in you, that he feels confident you can go out and lead the teams at a relatively young age and being relevant and experienced. I mean, how was that whenever you got the captain's armband?
Best feeling in the world. Let on as if it wasn't. It was like I didn't want to do this because I'd be too nervous, but see once you're out there playing with the armband on, it is great.
Does it give you that extra step and that extra shoulders back?
100%.
You flexing the whole time?
No, I kept falling down. That's what Engine said. I had to roll it up a few times. It was desperate, but it was a great experience. Like first couple of days, I was looking around, there's players like Dingo and Ryan McGivern, Ryan McGivern, and I'm fucking the wee captain just envoys. Looking at them, start class, like playing alongside them, it's just class experience.
I mean, looking at just at the matches themselves, I mean, we've already talked sort of beforehand about the sort of last probably 4 or 5 games. We're looking ahead at the Ballyclare game. The only team has beaten us twice this season. I mean, probably 2 weird, both 1-0 defeats, I think, were they?
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it normally, in terms of form and in terms of positions in the league, you'd probably be looking at it going, you'd like to think we'd be going there.
It's going to be a dirty scrap, like.
Yeah.
We do owe them a good win, like. If we go and get an early goal or 2, we can see it out. We could fund them, like the 2 knock games against Knock Brighton and Arts. That's what we can do, or other and see it out tight, like. It will be tough. Like, it's always tough down there.
Is that important? Sort of, a lot of times when we've conceded early, then things just sort of shut up shop against us. How important is that for us to score an early goal?
Because then it brings Emmons on and we can hit the counter all day long with GMC, John, anybody coming on, Dingo, and then Mark Kelly coming on, Big Carwell, with subs coming on, do James Will, Mark Bram, he's back.
So have you given away the team there that Kelly and Carwell are going to be on the bench? Is that what you're saying?
No, but that, like, that's the way it's been recently. You know, McNairn's coming on, seeing it when it's maybe, and even when it's only a goal in it, they've been home, did the job at home. Different sort of players hold it up and play 1-2s. No, it's great. Like.
So what's the feeling? You know, you're just out of training tonight. What's kind of the feeling within the squad heading into the split after Saturday, knowing that, you know, there's 6 games left here, win 5 of them, have won the title?
Massive. It's a great feeling in the squad. We're all buzzing the way it's been out for the whole season. Actually, it's normally we're last, maybe the first couple of seasons there's a wee bit of bitchiness going through, no talking, and arguing, maybe because we weren't winning. But when you're winning, it's obviously easier and everybody's happier, and that's why everybody's buzzing, just feeding off everybody. And hopefully, as you say, it's 4 or 5 wins and we win the league.
What would that mean to you?
Unbelievable, be the best thing in the world, my world anyway. I don't really do anything, I just play football, do my bit, go to work and then just come home, just think about winning the league in Newry. Actually, ask him every day. That's what you're worrying with the head, that's why I've barely my hair, that's probably see, and even when we do win, sometimes people will be saying you have a good game now, I'd be looking, I'd be going, there's a few things there where I did absolutely terrible and they're saying, that's why we're always on the ball. Like that.
Was that in a way? I mean, that's obviously a good thing because you're never. Yes, you're going to be satisfied with your performance, you know, most occasions. But the fact that you always see ways to improve. I mean, there are probably a lot of.
There always is ways to improve.
There's a lot of stories of footballers who think they've sort of made it and done this. I mean, is that something you sit and go like? If you're looking at when you and Brian are both playing the same pitch, do you sit and look at each other's performance and slag each other off?
No, I've never said him off. Only at our one where you've snapped off. Apart from that, I know he tells me a few things. He teaches.
And
me.
to be fair, your father deserves it that night. Like.
He does alright. But you'll learn.
No, I don't mean he deserved it. I mean the fact
that the other fella called me at that time, hit me in the back of the head, and I seen his eyes looking. He eyed him up, and he's like, he's getting it.
So I mean, I think we're pretty.
Yeah, I think so.
I think given the fact that. You know, we never thought you were going to come on the podcast. We told you it would be short and sweet, and I think you've done fantastically. The fans will be absolutely delighted to hear from you.
Actually enjoy it, like more.
Yeah, we might
take about 5 or 10 minutes and relax. You do enjoy it.
We'll extend this on for another half an hour.
Yeah, I know that was brilliant. No, fair play there. That was great, and like I think you know the fans have obviously taken to both of you this season, and just keep that going. Definitely in the future, hopefully in your captain if you stay with us.
100%. That was the aim.
One other question sort of wanted to ask you, and Ali sort of touched on it briefly earlier on, but I mentioned that there. The flag of UN Engine.
What a flag.
Yeah, I remember.
Says it too.
I can see it from West Belfast.
What was that like? I remember walking. The first day I saw was a Queen's.
That's feeling about a Ballinamore.
Oh yeah, right enough.
Is that when that photo was? Or after the first time we seen it was a Queen's?
Yeah, first time I saw it was a Queen, and I was just like, well, that's down. I think where we were attacking second half, that was right down your line.
Did you? When I was sitting in the tackles, I was looking up. That was going to be running through an hour.
I was gonna say, was it weird? So you look up and see your face.
It's stupid, but it is good. I love that there, like, and then Jim, obviously. Great leader as well, on a photo of him. Yeah. No one person better, like. No.
But I mean, do you know, for your dad taking you down to games, that must be a proud moment as well.
It is.
Seeing your head in 12-foot banner.
He loved to see that there. It's always a proud moment for all, even him.
He's sitting there. I don't know why he's got a red face out of embarrassment. It was just finished training.
He's probably embarrassed than me.
We'll have to get Brian. Brian's already, just to let you know, Brian's already committed to come on the next podcast. He's shaking his head here. We'll get him on once we do an end of season, fingers crossed, title celebration podcast. We'll get everybody on maybe in one go and just go clean mad. Yeah. But listen, Noel, top man,
cheers, Noel. Thank you very much.
Brilliant guest. And you know, I suspect that if you're half as good as your big bro here, we'll have to get you on soon enough. Folks, that's us for this week, and we'll hopefully get back next week with another guest. Hopefully he's as good as Noel. Thanks very much.
Thank you, boys.
Brilliant, man.
Cheers.